Gather round the flickering fire of history, for this is time and treachery, where shadows whisper of ambition, betrayal, and the choices that echo through centuries. Tonight, we journey into the heart of a legend, both glorious and cursed. A tale of a man who rose from nothing, a man who carved his name into the revolution, and fought with a fury that could not be ignored. His courage, undeniable, his ambition, unshakable, and his thirst for honor, unquenchable. Benedict Arnold, the man whose victories turned the tide of war, whose daring led soldiers through fire, blood, and impossible odds. His men called him the lion on the battlefield, but to his enemies, he was a terrifying storm, a nightmare they never wished to behold. For a moment, he stood among the brightest stars of the revolution, his name spoken with awe, but the flame that burned so fiercely began to darken. Wounds of pride festered. Recognition never came. Whispers of injustice grew louder in his heart, and as ambition's shadow deepened, it pulled him down a path few dare to tread. From the heights of heroism to the abyss of treachery, Benedict Arnold's story is not just one of betrayal, but of the fragile line between devotion and resentment, between honor and ruin. What drives a man to betray the very cause he once bled for? Was it greed, pride, or the crushing weight of being overlooked? Tonight, we unravel the enigma of Benedict Arnold, a patriot who turned a traitor, a hero whose legacy became a warning. For in his fall, history reminds us, one choice, one moment, can transform triumph into eternal infamy.
In the chaos of the American Revolution, one name once rang with honor: Benedict Arnold. A fearless soldier, he led charges through smoke and fire, risking everything for the dream of independence. At Saratoga, his courage turned the tide of battle, delivering America one of its greatest victories. But behind the glory, Arnold felt a burning wound. Others were praised, others were promoted, while his own sacrifices went unrewarded. In the shadows of his triumph, bitterness began to grow. As the war raged on, Arnold lived with scars from battle. He had bled for the revolution, yet Congress passed him over. Younger men rose above him. Whispers spread that he was reckless, even dangerous. His pride, once his strength, now twisted into resentment. The nation he helped build seemed to scorn him, and Arnold began to wonder, was his loyalty misplaced? In Philadelphia, Arnold met Peggy Shippen, a beautiful young woman with loyalist ties. Through her, he entered a circle of wealth and British sympathizers. Their whispers were seductive: honor, money, recognition, all things denied him by the Americans. It was here, in the flicker of candlelight, that Benedict Arnold began to turn. Arnold's pride turned to plotting. By secret letters, written in invisible ink, he reached out to the enemy. His words crossed the lines of war, delivered to British General Sir Henry Clinton. What he offered was no small betrayal: the fortress of West Point, the key to America's defense. For gold, for status, for vengeance, he would hand it over. On a moonless night, in 1780, Arnold met a British officer, Major John Andre. Together, they plotted the fall of West Point. Maps were exchanged, plans drawn, promises sealed. Arnold returned to his command, smiling as if nothing had changed. But behind his calm eyes burned the secret of treason. Fate turned against him. Major Andre was captured by American patrols, and in his boots they found the plans, the proof of Arnold's betrayal. The conspiracy was exposed. George Washington, the man who had trusted Arnold as a brother, now read the shocking evidence. America's hero had sold them out. Arnold received word just in time. He fled his post, racing to the Hudson River, heart pounding as cannons thundered in the distance. His men, who had once followed him into fire, now curse his name as he escaped aboard a British ship. The hero of Saratoga was gone. In his place stood America's most infamous traitor.
Major Andre, young and honorable, was hanged as a spy. Arnold, by contrast, lived. He was granted Gold and A General's Commission by the British, but no respect. To the British, he was useful, but never trusted. To the Americans, his name became poison.
Benedict Arnold lived the rest of his days in exile, despised by both sides. His victories were forgotten, his courage erased by a single act of treachery. History remembered him not as the hero he once was, but as the traitor who sold his soul.
In the end, Arnold's betrayal did not destroy America. It only immortalized his name in shame. Even today, to call someone a Benedict Arnold is to brand them a traitor. He sought glory, but found only infamy. He sought respect, but earned only eternal betrayal.
Generals have been forgotten. Battles have faded. But Benedict Arnold remains. Not for the victories he won, but for the betrayal that consumed him. Even today, to call someone a Benedict Arnold is to brand them with the deepest scar of treachery. This is the agony of his legacy. A man who could have been remembered as a savior of freedom, yet is immortalized only as a symbol of betrayal. For in the end, Arnold did not just betray America, he betrayed himself. And history, merciless as ever, will not let him escape the weight of that name. And so, the tale of Benedict Arnold ends not in triumph, but in a silence heavy with disgrace. Once, his name stirred with honor on the lips of patriots. Once, his courage turned tides and his sword carved hope into the smoke of battle. He could have stood among the immortal heroes of a young nation, yet pride and bitterness dragged him down a darker road. In the end, he betrayed not just his country, but the very ideals for which he once bled. His pursuit of glory left him with nothing but shadows. His hunger for respect condemned him to eternal scorn. Where others rose into legend, his name fell into a curse, whispered only as a mark of treachery.
Thank you for listening to this tale of treachery and betrayal. If this story gripped you, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more epic tales from history's shadows. What other stories of betrayal would you like to hear? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time.